What's going on, guys? This is Austin here. Today we're going to be looking at Week 8 booming and busting quarterbacks. My start of the week is going to be Kyler Murray. I think that Arizona's offense is really clicking right now. I think that New Orleans has a really good rushing defense. So that, coupled with the fact that David Johnson might be out, and that this game could potentially, become a shootout, look for Kyler Murray to have quite a few points this week. We got Matthew Stafford. Kerryon Johnson just got placed on IR, so the Lions don't really have a bell cow running back right now. The Giants have a terrible pass defense, and evidently right now so do the Lions. So this could turn into a shootout, where Matthew Stafford's going to be racking up a lot of yards, a few touchdowns. So look to start him. Also got Teddy Bridgewater. I know that there have been a lot of rumors that Drew Brees is coming back, but I don't think that Drew Brees would actually come back without making a decision anytime before Wednesday. I think they're just kind of like floating that out there to kind of scare Arizona into some different preparations that they wouldn't necessarily make for Teddy. So I'm going to say start Teddy Bridgewater, going up against the Arizona Cardinals, because like I said, I think this game could be high scoring. And even if Alvin Kamara comes back, I think that Teddy's still going to be throwing a lot of passes to him as opposed to handing the ball off. Also start Josh Allen against Philadelphia. Philadelphia's got a really good rush defense, but they don't have a great pass defense. So even though Buffalo really likes to run the football, I don't think they're going to be able to do that well this week. And they're going to make Josh Allen throw a lot. I think he's going to have to scramble a lot. I think Josh Allen, could leave this week with, possibly 22 points. I'm going to say start Jameis Winston. He's got, his head coach Bruce Arians. They're coming off a bye. So even up against Tennessee has a better run defense than they do pass defense. So look for Jameis Winston to, be throwing a lot of balls to Mike Evans and Chris Godwin this week. I don't think that this is a high turnover game for him, so definitely start him. And then start Jared Goff going up against Cincinnati. Cincinnati doesn't have a great rush defense. However, the fact that Todd Gurley, we don't really know what's going on with him in his knee. He doesn't really get a lot of snaps, so I think no matter what, Jared Goff still throws a lot of passes. And then moving on to busting quarterbacks, I'm going to say that Gardner Minshew, I don't think that he's going to be able to have a very productive week going up against the Jets, because the Jets, contrary to what the stats might bear out, the Jets have a really good defense, and as long as the offense isn't giving Jacksonville 20-yard fields, I don't think that Gardner will be able to, continue on the production that he did in his early weeks. That, coupled with the fact that now he's kind of dealing with the pressure of Nick Foles potentially coming back, I think that all of these factors lead to Gardner Minshew having another slow game against the Jets this week. I'm going to say sit Aaron Rodgers, not because I don't think he's going to have a fantastic game, but because I think that Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams are, potentially going to be getting, 40 carries between the two of them. They're going up against Kansas City without Patrick Mahomes. So it's going to be a lot easier for them to keep the offense off the field. It's going to be a lot easier to get ahead. And it's also going to be a lot easier to get turnovers and capitalize on the time of possession. So I think this is going to be a game similar to the Dallas game. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to have 9 points again, but I think that he could have something like 15 to 17. Sit Phillip Rivers against Chicago. Phillip Rivers right now, it seems as though has been losing the trust of the front office, of the coaching staff, and of the locker room. I don't know why. There's been a lot of parts around him that have really been messed up and confusing. I think that they moved back onto Melvin Gordon too early, but nonetheless, I think that Phillip Rivers, especially going up against the Chicago defense, that Chicago thinks they can beat the Chargers no matter what this week. So I wouldn't start Philip Rivers. I'm going to say sit Jacoby Brissett against Denver. I think that Denver is really going to be trying to slow down this game. The fact that they just got rid of their best wide receiver. I don't really care what you say about Cortland Sutton. So I hope that Denver's going to try to run the football. I mean, they didn't do that. I think it was last week against Kansas City, and that came back to bite them in the butt. But I also know that they're going to be running Marlon Mack a lot this week, so look for him to have a better game than Jacoby Brissett does, but I wouldn't start him. I'm going to say sit Ryan Tannehill against Tampa Bay again. You've got Todd Bowles and a pretty good Tampa Bay defense going against an offense that's predicated on the run, and you're going up against Tampa Bay, who's, I think, top 5 in the league against the run. So don't start Ryan Tannehill, even though I believe right now he still is the starter for the Titans. And then sit Baker Mayfield. He's going up against New England, and he's trash anyway, so don't touch him.